Wales ain't your side chick, Nigel. I'm your host, Chloe, and this is Nubian Narrator News. So, Laura Ann Jones, Conservative Senedd member, or formerly Conservative. She's jumped ship to Reform UK, and Farage is parading her around like she's the second coming of Welsh independence, except she's not, and neither is he. Let me say this from the jump. Nigel Farage does not care about Wales. He doesn't even pretend to pronounce your town names right. This man is not here to save you. He's here to use you. Wales is not the mission, it's the missile. His target is Westminster. And the thing is, it's kind of working. See, Laura Ann Jones made her grand defection at the Royal Welsh Show, which is chef's kiss propaganda strategy. Sheep, farmers, the countryside, perfect backdrop for Farage's cosplay as the humble defender of the forgotten man. Never mind that his suits cost more than a year's supply of fertilizer. She said she no longer recognized the Conservative Party after 31 years. That's not surprising. The Tory party's been going through an identity crisis worse than a Love Island contestant on day 4. But if the answer to a broken party is Reform UK, then babe, your GPS is broken. Let's get into this. Reform UK is polling well in Wales. Like, worryingly well. Labour's got 18% support. Plaid Cymru's around 30%. Reform UK? They're nipping at the edges with 25%. That's not fringe anymore. That's dinner table politics. But what is Reform UK actually offering Wales? A vibe. That's it. A throwback vibe. Their entire economic plan for Welsh communities seems to be, let's dig up the coal mines, play some Vera Lynn, and pretend the climate crisis is just a conspiracy cooked up by Greta Thunberg and a solar panel. They're out here trying to reverse engineer nostalgia. It's all very back to when Britain was great, aka before broadband, before immigration, and before women had opinions. And Farage, he's loving it. Because this isn't about you, Wales. This is his revenge tour. This is his, you should have let me into the boys' club energy. He's using Welsh dissatisfaction as his podium to scream, look, even they hate you. This man has held more grudges than elected office. He doesn't want reform. He wants humiliation. And what better way to slap Westminster across the face than to hijack the most historically disenfranchised part of the UK and yell, they chose me now. But we're not going to pretend Welsh frustrations aren't real. Westminster has failed Wales repeatedly. Decades of economic stagnation, a health service in chaos, a Tory party that treats Wales like the budget cousin they keep forgetting to invite to weddings. People are tired, disillusioned, and Farage is the devil knocking at the door with a promise. I won't fix it, but I'll make it loud. Now let's talk about the defector herself. Laura Ann Jones. She said she wants a fresh start for Wales. Ma'am, you've been in government nearly 20 years. If you're still waiting for your moment to start making change, I don't think the problem was the room. You just weren't doing anything with your seat. And the Welsh Conservatives? Oh, they're gagging. Reform UK just snatched their last shred of credibility in Wales. It's like watching a bad breakup happen in a pub car park. Messy, public, and everyone's pretending not to stare. But here's the rub. Reform UK is not a political party in the way we usually think of one. It's a limited company. Farage literally owns it. That's not democracy. That's Dragon's Den. Except the dragon is chain-smoking and shouting about Brexit. You think a party that's structured like a startup is going to care about devolved governance? No. They care about brand expansion. They care about headlines. They care about the next stunt that'll make Starmer look weak and Kemi look rattled. Wales is just the bait. Now don't get me wrong, Plaid Cymru's no angel in this either. They've failed to capitalize on the moment. They've had opportunity after opportunity to build a modern, compelling vision for an independent Wales, and half the time they're still stuck playing committee. But at least they live in Wales. At least they're not popping in like political missionaries every 5 years to promise salvation in exchange for your vote. Let's also mention something crucial. The 2026 Senedd elections are going to use a new, more proportional voting system. That means smaller parties like Reform UK could make serious gains, especially if voter turnout is low and people just vote angry. That's the real danger here. The Farage formula doesn't need mass support. It just needs apathy. It thrives on despair. It wins when people give up on nuance and vote for whoever shouts the loudest. Wales, you deserve more than noise. You deserve investment, infrastructure, rural mental health services, a real plan for climate adaptation, protection for the Welsh language that's more than just tokenism on a government leaflet. You deserve a seat at the UK table that doesn't come with a booster cushion and a just be grateful speech. And Farage isn't offering any of that. He's selling spectacle, theater. It's populist drag with no substance underneath the wig. And Laura Ann Jones, she's just the latest backup dancer. So if you're watching this thinking, but I don't like Labour, and plaid's too niche, and the Tories are roadkill, fine, be mad, be fed up. But don't confuse chaos with change. Farage isn't leading a movement, he's hijacking one. This isn't about building a new Wales, it's about tearing down the old Britain, brick by brick, so he can watch from the sidelines with a smug pint and say, told you so. And to that, I say, Wales is not your trophy. She's not your project. She's not your tool for revenge against Etonian rejection. She's a nation with pride, with culture, with pain, with potential. So before you get seduced by a man who sees you as a battering ram, ask yourself, does he really want to help you rise, or does he just want to watch others fall?